We were speed quizzing yesterday. You at least think it's going to be fun. And so I had two problems. First problem was that the way that they do, so they have prizes at the end of every round.
Yeah.
So you can win like some shots or some food, which really was what we were after. We were fucking hungry, but God forbid, I don't want to pay these people any more money. And like the winner gets like 25 quid or something. I don't know. And we've never won. I assume that the person that wins the round is the person that got the most round points in that round.
How daft of you.
So the problem was that's not the case because I think Mr. Business, who's the guy that runs it, his name is Jim Business, and
Jim Business.
Yeah. Anyway, so then the first round happens and we came like fourth or something, whatever, fine. And then the person that won the prize were the people that were first. And you're like, that makes sense to me. I'm on board. Then we do the second round and we do quite well in the second round. And we end the second round like third place, touching second, basically. There was like 4 points or something in between us. So we've clearly had a great round.
Yeah.
And then the prize to the people that were like top of the whole leaderboard, because you then had a lead from the first round. And we scored more points than anyone. We were net the winners of that round. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
We went into the...
Boost, you say?
So we went into the final round in third. And basically, if you're fourth or below and you get the fastest of the round,
Yeah.
you then go up 3 places. So irrespective of how many points you've got,
Yep.
you'll be 1 point higher than the last person you overtook. So we can't benefit from that. So it's not in our interest to be fast. We need to just get the points right. Also, if you get them wrong, you lose 10 points. So it's pretty high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
But of course, if you're like sixth or cooked, you might as well just especially on the multiple choices. And if you get it right, then you jump 3 places to third, right?
Yeah.
So we then finish, we don't know where we sit during this whole thing. You just know how many points you've got. And at the end, we come 7th. And we got like basically everything that we answered in the final round, we got right. And the people that won entered the final round in like 8th.
Oh, look at that segue.
Lando.
All right, it's been a while since you've been on the podcast.
I know. I feel like I've forgotten how this works.
So let me do the intro bits and then we can have a chat.
Lance Stroll beat Fernando Alonso.
I mean, would you?
No.
Yeah. I'm coming round to it because I deleted Twitter.
And you don't like his fan base.
I don't like his fan base. Never have. His fan base are absolutely horrendous. I mean, that is textbook in the way of a drive. Hello everybody and welcome back to Ahead at the Apex. I'm your host Josh and today I am joined finally by Tim.
Yeah, I am
Hi, Tim.
back,
Welcome
baby.
back. We are so back, baby.
I am back.
We are so back. You've been on holiday? How was it?
I've been away. It was very good. Really enjoyed it. It's made being back terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't normally get post-holiday blues, as I think it's been coined, but I really did this time, and I still am in the pit a little bit.
Yeah.
So hopefully that finishes soon. But
it hit our family for like a day. We got back on a Friday, and then on the Saturday we did something anyway. We had something pre-booked. So then Saturday felt like an extension of the holiday because we barely had time to breathe.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, just everybody just was in a pissy mood. Just everybody was in a bad mood. That was it. That was just with each other, just snapping at each other, getting cross with each other. It was horrible. It was like, oh, we've had this really nice week away. Oh, now let's all tear each other's throats out.
Yeah. And I think, for me, it was like 3 weeks. I was away for just over 3 weeks.
You were away for a while.
Big chunk of time. I properly switched off.
Episodes.
I properly switched off. And then also the subject of the holiday was very, very sociable. It was very, very sort of relaxed and fun. It was the biggest question of the day was, okay, what do I have for lunch? By the way, I don't have to make it, and someone will just do it in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Or like, what deck chair am I going to sit on? Or
very important
what
questions.
song am I going to sing at karaoke? And then you come back to work and it's like, oh, I need to clean the flat and go to Tesco.
And
other supermarkets are available.
And come to work and
and
fuel
like
in the car.
go to work. And exactly. I had to drive back here from London at like 6 a.m. in order to make a 10 a.m. all day meeting. I was like, wow, okay, we're really back now.
We are back in the swing, but
we're so back.
We've been back, just over a week?
Just over a week. It's not any easier. It's still rubbish. Actually, no, it is better. It is better than it was.
It is better because you're in here recording this podcast.
We are back talking about the wonders of the world of racing.
We are talking today about the wealth of upgrades from Aston Martin. Quite ominous from them.
Yeah.
The recent discovery that Cadillac may be sacking everybody who works for them. And and Papaya rules.
We are so back.
I had some feedback, by the way, last time. I don't know if you listened to the last episode with Jake, but we got a bit silly with the sound effects.
Well, people, did you get told off?
Cam rang me 2 hours after the episode went live and said, please never do that again. It was too much of it. And what he really didn't like was this button. Because you can censor yourself.
Oh, that's very good.
Which is so we got a bit told off for that. So I will try and be more careful with the buttons. But when Papaya rules comes into context,
the theme song.
That's the theme song for Papaya rules.
Yes.
Before we get started as well, we also have some fan questions in today's podcast.
Ooh.
Awesome.
How do people submit questions if they'd like to?
Oh, Tim, I have missed you because I've had to do this by myself in the interim because Jake just sits there quietly on his phone during this moment when I'm doing the social stuff. If you want that to be you, if you want to get your questions into us, the best ways to do so is via our social channels. You can get in touch with us over on Patreon, AAT Apex, and become a member. It's completely free. You can get involved with our From Our Perspective series as well as Race Chat, and you can send your questions to every podcast recording session. It's going to be a busy one over the next few weeks. We've got this 2 weeks, and then in 2 weeks' time, we're doing our F1 driver ratings. In between now and then, we're doing our MotoGP rider ratings, and then basically we're back for Zandvoort and
back in the swing. I'm putting my hat on because I assume there's going to be some speculative fan questions.
Definitely. Alternatively, you could get in touch with us via Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter using the handle @AATApex. Finally, why not leave us a review and a comment on Spotify or wherever you like to get your podcasts? You don't actually have to like the podcast, just leave us a 5-star review.
I was going to say, don't tell us that though.
Well, you can say things like...
Keep negative opinions to yourself, please. This is not a space for feedback.
Can Tim go back on holiday, please? We don't like having him on the
Get rid
podcast.
of him.
As long as there's a 5-star attached to it, that would be great.
Yeah, otherwise we're not going to look at it.
No.
We don't respond to 4 or below stars.
No. You can also find the podcast on YouTube, Amazon Music, Castbox, Deezer, and in various other places. apart from Apple Music, because they suck.
We do offer scroll service as well if you'd like a set of scrolls delivered of the
We can
transcript,
give you the transcript
of the recording.
It will be all AI generated though.
If that's how you prefer to, if you prefer to read your podcasts, we can offer that service as well.
Audio, what's the audio book thing?
Audible.
Yeah.
An Amazon company.
Yes. But rather than get the podcast on Audible, we'll do a transcript of the podcast and then get Stephen Fry to read it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. He's got a good voice.
Or like Nicholas Latifi.
Did you see he was DJing?
Yeah. In between sets, he can read some transcripts.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all I have to say. Let's get on with it, Tim. Right, should we talk about Aston Martin?
Yeah.
A team we have spent all of this year talking about for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, they've been pants.
6 to 7 seconds off the pace, off pole in Spa.
Yeah, wasn't the safety car faster than them?
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah. But at Hungary, they brought 16 upgrades.
They bought a new car.
No. Because that's not allowed under the cost cap.
No.
They're very keen to tell you it's not a new car. Not that I've spoken to anyone, but in all the media, Mike Crack,
I like Mike Crack,
has been very keen to say it's not a B-spec car. For those who haven't been listening or paying attention, let's just summarize how Aston Martin's season's gone, Tim.
So we'll get progressively worse. They had some vibrations.
Yeah.
That was already the first big problem, which of course was really worrying because I think Alonso was like, I can't be in this car for the required duration of time. Like his hands are getting shattered. Yeah. Well, actually, before that, they just didn't show up to testing. They weren't able to actually complete the installation laps.
No.
During testing. Then with the vibrations led to this thing where down the straights they had to like cruise like this. It was just like, to just get a rest from these vibrations, which was insane. And then when the vibrations got a bit better, then the car just stopped working, just broke down a lot.
Yeah.
Lots of reliability issues, which we could also link to Mercedes.
Honda.
Oh, of course, they've moved to Switch, sorry.
Yeah.
And then the most worrying point is that with all of this, you could kind of argue we can suffer through this if we're doing well.
Yeah.
But they're about 2 seconds a lap slower than everyone else.
Well, they're slower than Cadillac.
Yeah, which is, and they've never built anything. Well, they've never built an F1 car before.
No.
So really worrying.
Very,
very worrying. But you're right, they bought a ton of new upgrades, which were to sort of accommodate for the new rear diffuser, which allows a high rake angle, which Newey loves.
Basically,
that's sort of his
Newey's
signature
car, right? This is Newey's Red Bull from 2021, right? This is kind of his
yeah. He's sort of gone, I brought my notes with me. Whoops. And big, it's a lot of big aero upgrades, basically.
Yeah.
To the floor and to the front wing.
How technical should we get? Should we get real technical?
You can get really technical.
Okay. So as Tim eloquently put, this is Newey's signature, right? So high rake cars, basically putting all of the work onto the rear of the car. So make the front pointy, make the rear stable. That's Newey's thing. So they have increased the exposed floor area, which channels air inside the rear tire and into the diffuser. They have slimmed the nose down and made significant changes to the front wing to direct airflow out inside the front wheels. This creates a low pressure area on the floor edge, which means the floor edge doesn't have to work so hard. So now they can take that to scoop air underneath. And because of the low pressure area, the tires don't wear as much. And you get more flow underneath the side pods onto that bit of floor you've just done so much work for to channel work to the rear diffuser. So you've got this lovely bit of low pressure area behind the front wing, behind the front wheels. That sends air around and under the car, exactly where you want it. And you're directing air inside the tires, not outside the tires, so the tires don't act like parachutes.
And they're cool.
And they're cooler. Absolutely.
It sounds like they're building their car for combat.
Hey, we know somebody who did that.
And it worked.
Kick Sauber.
So well.
Okay. So those are changes to basically the outer edge of the front wing, the movable bits of the front wing and the main plane. May as well call it a new front wing, except the bottom bit is the same.
That was my favorite bit.
Yeah. Slimmer nose. So they've not got this big fat nose cone anymore. It's now more pointy. So obviously that's more aerodynamic, right? Because pointy things are more aerodynamic than curved things, obviously. That also means they've got this huge overbite thing on the side pods. Have you seen that? So, like the Red Bull had the scoop previously where it was like this. So they've got a bigger one of those. So more cooling for the Honda engine, which is good, which means they can run it harder.
Which means it won't break so much.
But it also means you've got the bigger undercut on the side pod underneath, which is better for the floor, which is better for the diffuser.
For all the other reasons.
Look how things just magically line up together once you get a couple of things right. They've also put in some new cooling vents on the side, but the engine cover, the rear part of the engine cover is the same, as is this rear-mounted suspension arm thing that Nui is very proud of that mounts directly into the rear wing. That's all the same. So basically what he's saying is, I got the rear of the car right, I just completely forgot about the front. Like, assumed it was right. But
we didn't have much time, in fairness. And he also was team principal for like 12 days.
Yeah, true.
So he was busy.
True. But did it work, Tim? That's the question.
Well, in Hungary, they came 13th and 14th. And Lance Stroll beat Fernando Alonso. And they beat Oscar Piastri.
To be fair, though,
well,
Fernando beat Lando Norris in Canada. So
the thing that was impressive, obviously they beat the Cadillacs. They can't finish a race. They beat Behrman, who is the Haas are sort of the Haas and the Williams have. I mean, Franco's Franco, but the Haas and the Williams, especially last year and coming into this year, both had a ton of momentum.
Yep.
Ollie obviously had his phenomenal race in Mexico.
Yep.
And Carlos had a few great podiums.
Yep.
And now the fact that Aston Martin have gone from, like we said, 1 or 2 seconds a lap slower to now beating them is huge.
It's very ominous for the rest of the midfield, right?
Huge.
If they can do this
in one race.
In one upgrade package. Right? Just fix all their problems. Okay. But they've got another upgrade package coming in Zandvoort from Honda.
Oh, an engine-based one.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So then engine...
This was more about corners. And you can tell, you can see that, okay, it had a big impact because Hungary is quite windy and quite cornery. But Zandvoort's not dissimilar.
Nope. But after that is Monza, which is what they want the engine upgrade for, right?
Yeah. So they're running it at Zandvoort.
It snowballs from here, right? You put a better engine in, so now you can focus on the chassis. Now the chassis and the engine work better, so you can tweak the aero more. That all works. Then Honda bring another upgrade package.
It's a nice iterative.
It just snowballs from there, and we've not seen it. Like Williams in particular, they're struggling hard. Haas have one working car, and they keep giving it to alternate drivers. So they have like one aero package. And actually, Komatsu came out and said after FP1 or FP2 that he's not sure that they'll have 2 fully functioning cars until much later in the year. Because they just don't have the resources for it.
Gene is just not interested in funding them.
And as we're about to talk about Cadillac, they might not even make it to the end of the year. So, all of a sudden, it's Aston versus Alpine versus Racing Bulls for best of the rest.
And no, they split the Alpines in Hungary.
Yeah. So, Adrian Newey was left alone for 20 minutes with a drawing pad. Cooked big time.
But it does, but the gap does feel big, right? So for one of the Aston Martins to score points, they have to beat Gasly, Bortoletto, and Lindblad.
Yeah.
That feels a pretty big mountain to climb.
And Audi have made some serious improvements.
They have. Lindblad's racing very well.
Oh, that racing Bulls is definitely best of the rest in quali. But it feels like in the race, they're a bit more under threat from Audi. And sometimes Gasly. And sometimes Colapinto.
Yeah, very sometimes Gasly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cyril's 5-year plan.
Cyril's 5-year plan. Briatore's 6-month plan is better than Cyril's 5-year plan.
Yeah, ironically.
But they've also got Aduo. So I believe this Honda upgrade comes from the first Aduo. There is now another Aduo. So they'll get at least 2 lots of mega development on this power unit from Honda. And then you can't imagine that it would suddenly become the best engine after 2. But if it does, great. If it doesn't, they'll get another one. And then maybe one at the end of the season to carry into next year. So what I'm saying is,
Aston Martin.
Fernando Alonso, world champion 2027. Yes. And then immediate retirement. I've called this little section Cadillac of Jobs.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. Hang on, let me take my jumper off.
I'm going to put it here. Cadillac of Jobs. Because I heard this news. I heard this news on Instagram, which is obviously...
I don't know where else you hear news, to be honest.
Which is obviously the only place to get news in the entire world. Since I deleted Twitter. And then I reinstalled Twitter after Silverstone to have a rant at Martin Brundle. And then I...
Very sensible.
Deleted Twitter again after I'd finished having a rant at Martin Brundle. From the podcast Twitter. Just to really get some attention. Right. We're making light of a very horrible situation. Cadillac...
It's aggressive, yeah.
Cadillac currently operate as a 2-base Formula One team. One in the UK at Silverstone, near Aston Martin, and one in Indiana at Cadillac's racing base headquarters.
Yeah.
So, on top of that, because they've never made an F1 team before, never made an F1 car before, they also use Toyota's wind tunnel, which is in Cologne, which, for those who don't know, is in Germany. So you've got a base in Germany, kind of. You've got a base in the UK.
Facility.
Yeah, facility. Yeah. A base in the UK and a base in the US. So when you were hiring your team, and they did poach a lot of qualified people to come across for this. Like I can remember people
they were
sending me
offering
jobs,
equity and
right?
stuff, yeah.
People sending me F1 jobs have been like, oh, this might be something you're interested in. But it was all, you must have a minimum of 5 years experience. Every single person they hired was an experienced F1 person.
Yeah.
It wasn't like new. They're now saying, yeah, we don't want to be in Silverstone anymore. We want to be in the US. So you either move or buy.
Yeah.
6 months into the project. Well, they're not 6 months into the project. They're 4 years and 6 months into the project, but they're 6 months into their first season.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying, you have to move to the US. I mean, would you?
No, especially with how it's going. So, I think the thing that's most, you've already alluded to it. Team principal, technical director, chief designer, engineering executive, all British.
All British.
They're not going to move to the States.
And legacy British as well. I mean, Pat Simmons is in that list.
Yeah.
He used to be at Mercedes, Williams, Toyota, BAR back in the day. Like these are
big names.
These are big names. These are not just names that you'd like.
That could get hired at Aston Martin, or that could get hired.
These are names that could get jobs literally down the road, right?
And they will.
Like, just unreal. In fact, while I'm on Pat Simmons, let me just give you a rough. He's 73 years old. He is not moving to the US, but his career: Ford, Tolman, Benetton, Renault, Virgin, Marussia, Williams, Formula One Chief Technical Officer, and now Cadillac. He was at Renault. He was at Benetton in the Schumacher times. So 2 world championships. And Renault during the Alonso times, 2 world championships. This is not a guy who needs a job.
No. He's there for the love of the game.
Yeah.
So is this the beginning of the end? Yeah. At least within within the F1 space.
I can't see it going any other way. They're only going to go down from here. They'll probably hire IndyCar engineers, sure. But then you're behind again.
But again, and also IndyCar, as we know, is a spec series. So when you actually have to think about, okay, how do we improve the thing? They're going to be lost. They don't really know how to do it. So it seems really bullish, and it seems, well, it makes you appreciate Haas a bit, because I think at least they respected and have always respected the fact that, let's be honest, this is not an American sport. This is a European sport and a British sport, because everyone is in the UK. And they've sort of gone, okay, yeah, we'll do that because everyone else does that. Then it didn't really work for them, so they said, look, let's just pull the plug and do something differently. Now, did it not work for them because it was the wrong thing to do? Unlikely. It didn't work for them because it's hard to go. I mean, we haven't seen a team build from nothing
since Marussia and Caterham.
Yeah,
in the early 2010s. Because even Haas
and the
Marussia,
barrier,
right?
And the barrier to entry there was low.
Yeah,
much lower than what it is now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they are doing something slightly insane. I don't really get the move. It does feel like they are. Well, I just feel like they're a bit pissed off, actually.
Yeah,
that's the impression I get. They're being a bit bratty and they're a bit pissed off.
Cadillac,
yeah,
who, let's be honest, is Andretti in disguise. It's like the Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Who's behind the mask? It's Andretti.
And he's always been very bullish, actually.
Yeah, I just had a look. Cadillac WEC is in Kent.
What? All right, so everyone's going to go to the WEC team?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Cadillac WEC factory team is operated by Jota Sport.
Yeah.
Which is based in Tunbridge Wells, Kent.
In Tunbridge Wells?
Yeah.
Tunbridge Wells, what a place. Okay, yeah. So what are they doing? So, okay, this is just an IndyCar. They want to be near the IndyCar people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Why? Anyway. Right, we have some questions, Tim.
Yes, we do.
So, these came in from Val. Hi, Val.
Hi, Val. Val's my favourite listener.
The question reads, as a renowned world champion, how does Lewis Hamilton keep getting so many penalties? Race after race. He even got 2 penalties during the Hungarian Grand Prix. Speeding in the pit lane is unforgivable. Would like your opinion. Josh, you know, historically, I have not been a huge Lewis Hamilton fan. I do not find myself cheering him on. What's wrong with me?
Right. Well, lots to unpack.
Lots to unpack. First of all, I feel like we unpacked this with Jake recently with Cam about the opportunity of Max joining McLaren next year. And Jake said, well, I'll have to find a different team. And Cam just went, no, you won't. Motorsport fans are fickle.
Yeah, that's very true.
A couple of things have happened with Lewis. One, he's not as much a media corporate machine as he once was.
Yeah, he's a bit more human now.
He doesn't do things like say these are the best fans ever at every single race when he finishes the race. So that's nice. He's a lot more, what's the right word? Tolerable in interviews. Like he comes across as a lot more honest.
He's just more human. I think that really is, that to me is the description. He, I think, took his position very seriously when he was winning everything.
Yeah.
Because he said, look, I am the most profiled and covered person here. I need to just be inoffensive and robotic, a bit AI-esque.
Yeah.
And now that he's sort of not really in that space anymore, and he's sort of the kind of slightly older one that's still kind of going for it, and that's quite nice. I think people like the fact that he's still competing at a decent level. Suddenly he's got a bit more tolerance to media. I think it was really the relationship with the media that soured everyone, or most people's perception of him.
Yeah. I'm coming round to it because I deleted Twitter.
And you don't like his fan base.
I don't like his fan base. Never have. His fan base are absolutely horrendous.
They're just passionate, and that's fine. It's just be passionate over there.
But he doesn't know you.
I've had this rant about all fans really of anything.
Yeah.
So just remember that
You're a real person.
Remember, it's a bit of fun. And that's okay. But yeah, people do get very, very into it, which again is nice for them, but they do risk looking a bit weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. I think he's becoming a lot more human, and I like that. I'm a Ferrari fan, so I will support him now. I support him more than I supported him at Mercedes because he races for the team that I like.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily.
Yeah. I have acknowledged his existence 4 times this year.
Very good.
So that's already an improvement over previous years. No, I'm of course kidding. I have said several nice things about him this year and myself. And
I think he has been good. I think he has been very good, actually. I think it's been
year.
One of his better actually, I think it almost might be one of his best performances in terms of
respective to the car.
Yeah.
We've not ever seen Lewis in a car that wasn't winning everything since before 2022, right? Yeah. And then during the Mercedes times, he was really intolerable. Like just whinging all the time. It was just, this car's terrible. Give me something else. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. What have you guys done to me? It was actually very much like the 2010 to 12 McLaren era, which is obviously when he was falling out with McLaren, and look how that ended. Very much that sort of attitude, which is when I started, maturing into an adult, forming my own opinions. So maybe that's why I don't like him. But I think we saw this with Vettel, right? Vettel joined Ferrari and just all of the ego disappeared. And as soon as that happens, they become
human. I like human.
We'll see. So there's nothing wrong with you. It's okay. It's okay to like people. That's fine.
We should like everyone.
Just remember, he doesn't know who you are.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Right. Now, 4 penalties in 3 races.
So I think the penalty from not Hungary, but from
Silverstone?
Yes.
Belgium.
From Spa was bollocks.
Yeah.
And I think it's generally been agreed on that was bollocks. It was agreed on by the person he crashed into.
Yes.
That it was bollocks.
Yeah.
So I think let's scratch that one off. Speeding in the pit lane, I agree, sort of slightly unforgivable. But also, we saw this at Monaco when everyone was speeding in the pit lane. I think the speedometer is not, I don't think it's as bang on as before. Apparently, he was 0.1 kph or mph over the limit.
Which Vassar says could be as low as 0.06 miles an hour over the limit.
Which
they
then,
round up, right?
Yeah, so that then becomes, that's within the noise.
I think in a championship fight season, they protest this.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I think they should anyway. That comes in the noise.
It was weird. I think they didn't tell Leclerc to back off because Leclerc had like 20 seconds over Hadjar, and all Leclerc had to do was drop half a second, and the position stayed the same. That's weird.
But I don't think that Ferrari actually think they're in a championship fight.
No, but somehow they are.
Yeah, I know. But they do this a lot. I think he's right to say that he sort of does give the stewards a chance to penalise him.
Yeah, so the jump start at Silverstone, he moved before all the lights had come on and then stopped. Now that's a slam dunk because he's moved beyond the...
he's out of his grid box.
But what Lewis is saying is they need to look at... he's requested the FIA look at adjusting this because of the way the cars are, that once you have a full battery on the grid, if you slip the clutch, you jump a long way. That's so like previously, like a little bit of clutch slip is acceptable, but now a little bit of clutch slip is half a car's length, right? But that's an exaggeration, but for the same point.
Yeah.
The Belgian penalty, it was discussed in Hungary in the driver's briefing on Thursday, but Lewis didn't go. So while all the drivers were like, yeah, that penalty was harsh, Lewis wasn't there to plead his case. So, sorry, not sorry. The speeding one, as we've talked about, but 3 places for impeding Piastri is horrendous. That lap is horrendous. I mean, that is textbook in the way of a driver on a qualifying lap, impeding. In fact, if there are 2 examples of impeding, it's Lewis Hamilton versus Oscar Piastri and Carlos Sainz versus Oscar Piastri.
Piastri's just maybe it's something he's wearing. It does seem. It seems the way that it's always happening to him.
We need more papaya.
Yeah,
he needs more.
I don't think
papaya.
they could have seen him.
No,
they didn't see him coming.
No. So I don't think Lewis is necessarily. What's the right word? I don't think anything's changed with Lewis that's meaning he's getting all these penalties. I think he's just been really unlucky. Like the Belgian one is BS, as we've talked about. The Silverstone one, clutch slip happens all the time to these drivers. It's just so happened that was Lewis. The impeding one, definitely Lewis's fault, definitely the team's fault. And then the speeding one, unlucky.
So yeah, that feels like it's in the noise.
To be so close to the limit, unlucky.
That feels like it's in the noise. So I think at that point you then say, right, so from his 4 penalties, he's got sort of one. And
2. The Silverstone one.
He still jumped it. Right, he still jumped it.
But Sergio Perez is getting start procedure infringements at every single Grand Prix.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Like at Monaco, he was in the wrong pit box and still then jumped the start. So that's like 2 things wrong. Like,
yeah.
You know,
so
if we're really comparing.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad.
No. The next part of that question read, Max says his car is... Oh, hang on. The next part of that question is, Max says his car is... And I think the radio message, but still manages to pull a podium and driver of the day.
Well, and second. It's not as like he was third.
Yeah, he was second, yeah.
And comfortably second.
Max is just unhappy.
By a couple seconds.
Max just demands high standards.
4 seconds.
And if it's not high, he's not happy. But let's not forget, Max has had 3 massive crashes this year from the car's perspective. Australia and then Silverstone and Austria, right? 3 massive crashes where the car's just completely gone from underneath him. So he's just not happy. He's just not happy, Bunny. I think he's putting pressure on them because he wants to go to McLaren.
And he's using this as a sort of negotiating.
Yeah, he's happy for the rumors to be out, right? And then he's also happy to be, hey, the car is absolute over the radio. And then use that as like a show me what you're going to do next year or I'm not signing with you kind of thing. You think?
Yeah.
Okay, man.
I feel like there is an argument. I mean, the whole him leaving F1 rumors have come down a bit.
Yeah, but that might just be because he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's going, right? That might just be the case. So, I want to finish by talking about Kimi Antonelli.
As we should.
Look, he's not won a race since when was the last time he run a race? Belgium. So he's not run a race
in one race. Oh my God.
But he had that 5 on the bounce: China, Japan, Miami, Canada, Monaco. Then 3 off, then 1 on, then 1 off. And actually didn't look on the pace at all in
excluding
Hungary.
the DNF, which was not his fault.
In Spain?
Yeah.
That one.
And then he's podiumed everything except the Silverstone. So he's only not podiumed twice this year. One of them was a retirement and the other one was...
His wheel cover came off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the other one was also not his fault. So that's a pretty baller season.
But we started talking about, Mercedes were either winning everything or throwing it all away. That was kind of Kimi's mantra. This is super mature.
Oh, big time, yeah.
This is, look, my car's not on it, but I'm gonna
come third.
And that's gonna help me because George is nowhere.
I mean, look at it's so easy to think about, but look at Kimi in 08. And it was like he never really won anything.
Raikkonen.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Kimi Antonelli.
Look at Raikkonen.
Oh, wait. No,
he didn't really win anything, but he won the championship. He had the fewest wins that season, didn't he? Of the 3 of them.
I typed Kimi and then it immediately started typing Antonelli because it's been that long since I've typed Kimi Raikkonen. I'm going to look at that racing record from that year.
Yeah.
Because... yeah, I kind of think you're right. That he certainly didn't have the championship lead until he won it.
Yeah, he won it in the last race.
Which was the same with Vettel, right? 2007, do you mean?
Yes.
For the year he won?
Yes.
So he won the first race in Australia and then didn't win again until France.
Which is middle of the year.
Back-to-back France Silverstone. Then a retirement. Then podium, win, win.
Okay, so he did win quite a lot.
6. He won 6 races. But,
I mean, championships are won not... I mean, I think it'd be interesting to do an analysis of how many championships, how many world champions have cut the number of second places in a world championship season.
Yeah, that would be an interesting statistic. I was just then trying to look up. So Fernando, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lewis, 1, 2, 3, 4. Felipe, 3. 4 drivers. Only 4 drivers won that year. And Kimi won 6.
Okay, fine. So actually, Kimi is a bad example of that lot. But look at Hamilton or Massa. They were still in the championship fight, having won very few races, but had scored.
Yeah, right. Because that went down to a 3-way fight in the last race, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kimi is a bad example there, but don't worry about it, Tim. We all make bad choices in life, mate. It's fine.
So it's very good. Yeah, I think the Silverstone thing, he dealt with very well.
Lewis in 08 won 5 races. Massa won 6.
Yeah, right. So yeah, it's almost not even about how many times you win.
Yeah.
I mean, not 100% true, but it's a hell of a lot better to come second than it is to come.
Yeah, actually, if I look at second places there, right, Massa got 2 second places that year, 2 third places that year. Lewis got 2 second places, 3 third places, and never dropped below 5th unless he retired or had a problem. Yeah. Well, it's just consistency. We've said it before, we said it again. Consistency. I mean, Marco Bezzecchi's about to throw away his world championship because of inconsistency. So, just finish races, just get points. It's super mature. But the thing that stood out for me was there was a VSC in Spa. He just pitted. Leclerc was still out. Leclerc pitted under the VSC. And it looked like from there, we've seen Mercedes struggle to overtake and then pull away in races. So it kind of looked like maybe Leclerc was going to win it. But did we hear bitchy, whiny radio messages over the airwaves? No, not really. Again, with the lack of pace in Hungary, did we hear much from Kimi? No, not really.
He wasn't really covered at all.
And yet finishes third, you know, and again, unlucky with the VSC for Piastri's retirement. So, yeah, just mature. Just very mature.
Which is so impressive. He is like 12 or whatever.
Yeah, so we're going to save the other topics for next week. So, Papaya rules, Russell drools, and new rules. Oh, it's all rhyming next week, Tim.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby. Just left for me to remind you that if you want to get in touch with us you can get in touch with us via our social channels. The best way to get in touch is to head over to Patreon, AAT Apex, and become a member. It's completely free and you can get involved with so many things, but especially send us questions. Alternatively to, I would go too quick. You can get in touch via Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter using the handle at AAT Apex. And finally, why not leave us a review and or a comment on Spotify or wherever you like to get your podcasts. With that, we will see you next week for some rules, drools, and rules.
And schools.
Schools. Something like that. I don't know. Peace.
Peace.